Hey guys, Mauro here. We're gonna go through the second part of the service. I already did the first part. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. You can find the link on the bottom and the title right here. One thing that there's still 4 points that I wanted to give you, 4 tips for this second video on the serve. Things that I think that could be very helpful for you. And let's start with the first tip that I really, this is something that they helped me generate a lot more power on the serve, whether power of spin in particular. And it took me a while to find out about it. I actually had to do a lot of research on the serve, watching videos, serving as well, experimenting, and it's amazing. But sometimes when we least expect it, it's just the little tiny little things that we find, that we feel here or there, that makes all of a sudden a very nice shot, and we're like, oh wow, what happened there? So this is something that it took me a while to find out about it, but when I did, it really helped me, especially trying to make me feel like I wasn't doing as much effort on the serve, trying to hit hard. Many players, you can see a lot of people that when they serve, they rotate and they feel that they have to be with your chest completely open in order to do this. When we want to put spin on the ball, one of the first things that most pros should tell you is, okay, I want you to focus more on brushing that way, towards the side a little more, not so much forward. Forward is power, to the side a little more is more top spin. So one of the things that happen is that people think that, okay, if I want to hit hard, I want to make contact with my body, with my chest and my racket open that way. And it helps giving you power, but what happens many times is that it doesn't give you as much spin, so it doesn't give you as much consistency. When you're serving, try to focus more on, at the moment that you make contact, let your chest point a little bit more towards the side, regardless on which side you're serving, either the deuce or the outside on the court. But you want to make contact and feel like, instead of feeling this, you want to try to make sure that the moment you make contact, your chest is at least a little bit pointing to the side. That makes it easier, not only to put power on the shot, but to do the pronation thing, which is difficult to do. The more you open the chest, it's more difficult to do the pronation. The pronation is easier going to the side here. And the pronation thing, the racket is coming and kind of going up and doing this. So what we're focusing is, when my racket is coming up, I'm gonna focus on this edge, let's say on the inner or lower edge of the racket coming up. And when I make contact there, what I'm thinking is, right after contact, I want to bring that edge to the front. So it's like doing, like I mentioned on the video before, it's like doing the thumbs down. You hit and then thumbs down. So when you do that, that's going to help you create more spin and more power, but really paying attention to serving and keeping that chest a little bit to the side. Don't let it open too much. It's going to help you put more power on your shot. Now, the second tip is, when you make contact, a lot of people serve and they go serve, and the arm and the racket, they go extended all the way here. If you notice on the service of some of the best servers in the history of the game, like Sampras and Becker, they hit and the arm looks like this. They don't let it extend all the way. They let it come down here, but because of the rotation of the shoulder, the arm bends after contact and they finish here in the front. But they don't go with the arm like this, because this is not really going to generate a lot of spin there or power. It's more here relaxing the arm, and when you relax the arm, that's where you're gonna feel that kind of whiplash motion there. Keep the arm extended, and you're gonna lose a lot of power, and you're gonna lose, you're not gonna put much spin on the serve. When you're doing this, than when you're doing this. When you're going more for that kind of hit. If it pronates, it's gotta come this way. You cannot pronate and then come this way. That feels very weird. So you wanna pay attention to that elbow bending right after contact. That's a whip, guys. That is the whip that is gonna give you the power for that shot. Second one, it is very common that people, they hit and they finish here. This is as far as they go. Let that shoulder, right shoulder, transfer a little more to the front. If you notice, catchers in baseball, pitchers, sorry, or football players, you know, quarterbacks, or you see boxers, when they hit and they don't stop short, they hit and they let that shoulder transfer forward. Why? Because obviously it gives you more power. So when you hit, instead of finishing short here, you can feel that you're done here. You're done with the arm, but let it go a little more with the shoulder to the front. If you have noticed, there are several players when they're warming up, you can tell, it's easy to tell that they're serving and they're finishing with that shoulder. Sometimes some of them a little more, some of them a little less, but they're bringing it, they're transferring forward. One of them that makes it very visual, is very easy to notice, is Dominic Thiem. When you see him serving, and he has a really good serve, obviously, but you see the guy serving, and sometimes he even practices finishing here, kind of freezes at the end, serves and freezes there, like emphasizing that that's what he wants to do. And that's a good exercise that you can do in anything you're changing, any changes that you make in forehand, backhand service. Go out there and do it real slow and finish there at the end. That's how you create a super, you really speed up the muscle memory when you do that. So that is tip number 3, guys. Let that shoulder come, rotate a little more, not with the arm. No, the arm is gonna go here. It might get till here, but you're still gonna keep coming with the shoulder rotation. And the 4th one, guys, is because of the pronation. When we hit that ball and the pronation, I'm focusing, remember, on the lower edge. I pronate and being open makes it, being a little more to the side makes it easier with my chest or upper body, makes it easier to go more sideways in order to put, that ball is not only gonna give you spin, guys, it's gonna give you a little bit of side spin. That's when you're gonna start seeing those shots that bounce and they move to the side. So in order to you do that pronation thing, and the edge of the racket comes forward right away, and you bring the racket down, you finish here. Now try to finish with the racket, the face of your racket pointing towards the back fence. A little more, a little less, that's really up to you. But some players finish pointing up. I suggest really pointing more that way a little bit, because of the pronate. When you pronate and you bring it down, it feels more natural feeling like this than pronating, bringing it down, and then opening the racket again here. All right, so that is something that is not gonna only emphasize on your pronation and make it feel more natural, but it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you as well to the moment that's gonna help you. So the moment that you make contact, you don't feel weird bringing that racket again in this position. Okay, so just remember, guys, tip number 1, you want your body a little bit more to the side. When you make contact, even if I'm serving that way, I'm still gonna go to the left if I want to serve that way, but I don't want my body too open here. I want a little bit to the side. That's gonna give you power, and it's gonna make it easier to give you that top spin and that side spin. Okay. The second one, you want to feel that elbow here. You don't want to feel the arm extended and coming down. You can even start, if you want to start practicing, you can just go ahead and grab the ball here and just go. And start practicing from there. And you're going to notice how nice and easy it feels with the arm, with that rotation, with that whip. The third one, you want to bring it. You want to make sure you can practice. Start again. You can start slow, bringing that shoulder around. And the last one, remember, when you're done, try to bring that racket, not letting it open that much this way, but a little more, keeping it in that position. That's going to help you emphasize on the pronation and a little bit of that side spin that is going to give you that ball heavy bouncing and moving sideways, which that is a very, very, very rare serve. You don't see a lot of people allow it to do that, and it's something that can really help your serve. Okay guys, well, I hope it helps. Let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions. Remember, go out there, stay centered, be bold, and be perseverant. Subscribe to my channel, give me a like. I'll see you next time.